elsewhere, and class of 2020. We are here today to celebrate your achievements that have led to your graduation today. Before we begin the program, I would like to remind everyone here that we are working under state guidelines for large group gatherings. Guests need to remain in their seats throughout the ceremony, and once all diplomas are given, exit as requested. We thank you ahead for your cooperation. Now, to open our ceremony, Olivia Golodowski, President of National Honor Society, will lead us in the pledge. Please stand and remain standing for the national anthem sung by Jenna Halverson and Darren Delafano, and God Bless America sung by Carissa Brock.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Seated. And now, Tony Acera, President of the Class of 2020.
Hi everybody, it's Tony. I would love to be there today to make my speech, but due to a health concern, I'll be at home, but I'd like to read it to you anyways. Welcome and good morning, afternoon, or evening, honored guests, families, friends, and this year's amazing graduates, to our completely normal and traditional graduation ceremony. First off, I would like to thank some amazing people who are with us today. On the behalf of the class of 2020, we thank our wonderful administrators, Mr. Devane, Mr. O'Leary, and Dr. Vasallo, and from the Board of Education, our outstanding Superintendent, Dr. Farrelly. Also, I would like to thank the incredible group of individuals we get to call our teachers, especially our class advisor for the past 4 years, Mr. Rogovitz, who without his help, nothing would have been possible. To say the very least, our class was dealt a very unique hand of cards. For starters, this is the first time I would have seen many of your faces since March. But rather than dwell on the losses, I urge you to be grateful for the amazing 3.5 years we got to experience. I urge you to think back to your first day of freshman year when the biggest worry in your mind was how it was humanly possible to get from the gym to the third floor in 4 minutes. In times like this, it's important to look back and remember all of our accomplishments, like 4 years of incredible homecoming parades, football games, and dances, and a beautiful junior prom, plus events like senior breakfast, senior banquet, winter formal, or coming this close to winning Battle of the Classes. While we will sadly miss things like field day and even prom, I ask that you take a second and look around and recognize the luck we have to be sitting here today. This is a part in the speech where I would say this is our last time that our whole class would be together. But even though that doesn't apply to our class necessarily, this is still our final send-off. So close your eyes and envision all 313 of our amazing classmates while I say how honored I am to have been your class president for the past 4 years, and how excited I am to donate a new outdoor seating area in honor of our incredible and strong class of 2020. I wish you all the best of luck in life, even though these past few months have shown us that we don't need luck with our strength, passion, and perseverance. Congrats all, we did it.
I would like to recognize our Board of Education for their support and guidance throughout the year. They all wanted to be here, but due to our limitations, they are represented by Mrs. Camposano and Mrs. Wondashevitz. I would also like to thank our central administration, who would also have loved to have been here, and are represented by Dr. Farrelly, Superintendent. Everyone has worked towards your success. Another group who are not here, but wish they were, are your teachers. Since 9th grade, they have been your mentors, confidants, and sometimes your conscience. They have been there for you in innumerable ways. On behalf of them, I congratulate you. I am also truly grateful to our 2 assistant principals, Stephen O'Leary and Michael Devane, for all they have done this year, and especially for all their hard work for today. I am now proud to introduce our salutatorian, Olivia Golubitsky, and congratulate her and her family on the honors of salutatorian.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to take a moment to congratulate the class that will go down in history, our class of 2020. I would like to thank all of our family members and friends who have come here today to support us, as well as all of the staff and teachers that have guided us. I would like to sincerely thank the administration and school board for putting together this wonderful ceremony today. I would like to especially thank my parents for their endless support. This year has been challenging unlike any other. However, during these challenging and changing times, we are the class that learned how to adapt and grow from unpredictable change. I know this wasn't the perfect senior year we all had imagined. If only we would have known that our high school experiences, traditions, and memories would all come to an end on March 13th. If only we would have known that we wouldn't be able to say our farewells to teachers and friends before we parted ways. We will never get to experience this long-awaited part of senior year. However, what we do have to be thankful for is many years of personal growth surrounded by caring and passionate faculty and staff. Although events and moments pass, the effects of our high school experiences will live on within us forever. High school to us was more than just a reason to wake up early and sit in class. It was the place in which we turned unfamiliar faces into lifelong friends, or the place where we discovered that we, for example, loved chemistry so much that we wanted to major in it. Most of all, it was the place in which our teachers were more than just educators. They were our mentors and our guides to life. The knowledge that we gained, as well as the joyous moments and advice that our teachers shared with us, will carry far and wide as we go on our separate paths. A few months ago, during the college admissions process, I needed help with one of my essays, so I went to one of the wisest people I knew, Mr. Egbert. After he read over my essay, I foolishly said to him, "I'm really proud of this essay, however, is this essay going to make colleges want to accept me?" And he smiled and looked at me the same way he always did, and he said, "This essay perfectly represents who you are as a person." He told me that if I like who I am and what I do and have the determination to develop on these aspects of myself, no matter what college I attend or where I go in life, I'm bound to succeed. And I'll forever carry his words close to my heart, because in that moment I realized that no matter where life takes you, as long as you do what you enjoy and what you believe in, success will come naturally. Over the past few years, I've had the pleasure to be surrounded by some of the most talented and driven individuals. I've seen how my peers have developed their interests to outstanding lengths. I've seen their artwork, their performances, their activism and innovations. I've seen their moments of celebration when time seems to freeze as they received a medal, crossed the finish line, or became a winning team. We all contribute to society by picking up and expanding on what we are passionate about. Whether you are going to college or pursuing life's other callings, to all of you I say, never lose this determination. Never lose what makes you happy in life. Graduation is by no means the end of your road to self-discovery. It is simply a milestone that marks the start of a new age of exploration. Once again, I would like to congratulate all for this achievement, and I wish you the best of luck in the future. Do amazing things, class of 2020. Thank you.
I now welcome Mrs. Lucy Camposano with a message from the Board of Education.
It's tough being tall. When I was first asked to speak at your graduation, I knew what I wanted to say immediately, but I didn't know exactly how I wanted to say it. So after searching through previous speeches I have made, I decided that what I have said to countless others was what I wanted to say to all of you, but with some additional statements. On this occasion, you will no doubt receive well wishes, advice, and recommendations from many people. They will remind you of all the good and wonderful things that have been given to you, of all the opportunities you have been afforded, and the responsibilities you now have because of your good fortune. Some may remind you of all the people who had a part in your success: parents, teachers, trustees, administrators, and so on, and the debt you owe them. Others may talk about where you're going, what you will do, and how to accomplish your goals. But on this day of celebration, I would like to speak for only a few minutes about what you've already accomplished and what you've meant to this community, to your families, to the Board of Education, and to me personally. You were born in strange times. Some of you have lived through a devastating fire that destroyed your school. I can still see those scared faces crying across Great East Neck Road, and your faces full of apprehension as you entered Our Lady of Grace that following Tuesday. You were in 2nd grade. Your 5th grade year was interrupted by Hurricane Sandy. So many lost so much. This year, you lost a beloved teacher who touched so many lives, and I thought, what more can these kids face? And then it was March 13th, and you left for 2 days, which became 2 weeks, that turned into the rest of your high school days. I too watched the calendar and cried with you on the night of Blue and Gold, the night of the spring concerts, Honor Society induction, Relay for Life, the cancellation of spring sports, the day of the elementary walkthrough, the prom, all of it. I am so proud to have been part of all that you have been through, but I am also proud to have been a part of all that you have accomplished. Do you remember your elementary school concerts? We do. And over squeaky clarinets and misplayed notes, we heard the echoes of the promise of Broadway musicals and Philharmonic orchestras. At the art shows, we would catch glimpses of future Pablo Picassos. At the science fairs, there were hints of new approaches to old problems. In your arguments about fairness and right and wrong on the playgrounds, we heard skilled voices of debaters and of future judges. We remember Blue and Gold, the unimaginable creativity, the senior girls helping the younger girls, the art displays, all the exhilarating sporting events, the irrepressible cheerleaders, the banners you won that we proudly display, the band competitions and outstanding performances at the Newsday exhibitions. Then there were the vocals. I remember sitting in the pack and hearing voices of angels, and then there were the wonderful dramas and musical presentations, especially this year's presentation of Into the Woods. We know someday we will see some of these students on Broadway. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Little League Baseball. 4-hour games with scores of 35 to 36. You kids gave new meaning to the phrase, walking in the winning run. Yet, you mastered the art of hitting a round ball with a round bat. Your academic achievements are unparalleled. You have met and exceeded every standard set by the state. We are so proud of you. You mean so much to all of us. Without you, there would be no West Babylon. You are the reason we strive to be better people, the reason we love this community and this country. It has been our pleasure and our delight to watch you, sometimes succeed and perhaps a few times when you failed, but always to watch you grow. I know the last few months have been filled with many moments of sadness and joy. Joy for completing one incredible journey and beginning a new one, and yet sadness at the prospect of leaving the people you love. In closing, I ask that you put to use all the things you have learned through your very unique experience. You are stronger and more adaptable than any other class. Your trials have molded you into who you are today and who you will be tomorrow. You have helped one another through it all. You have survived because you were there for each other. So I ask you to go back to the beginning, back to kindergarten, to the sandbox, where you learned everything you needed to know. All the important things. Be kind, share everything. When you go out into the world, hold hands and stick together, and say you're sorry when you hurt someone. So in a world where you can be anything, I implore you to please be kind. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Mrs. Campusano. It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Yendi Farrelly, our Superintendent of Schools.
Good morning and welcome. Trustees of our Board of Education, colleagues, parents, guardians, everyone watching from home, and our wonderful class of 2020. I am truly honored to be standing here as your Superintendent of Schools, celebrating the significant achievement that ends your high school chapter but starts an exciting new one. We're finally here on this field. I want to go over and squeeze all of you. So excited. Throughout your junior high school and your senior high school career, I've seen, I've heard, I've witnessed, and I've cheered you on throughout so many of your accomplishments. You have made me, you have made your parents, your family, and this community so proud. As has been mentioned in earlier speeches, the end of your high school career was definitely not like the other graduating classes, right? No one left here in March knowing that you wouldn't be returning to the senior high school building. Life certainly threw quite a curveball at you, at all of us, and we all came to a screeching stop. As extreme as that screeching stop was, in many ways, life does do that on a daily basis to someone, or some group, or some family, somewhere. Someone's world crashes every day, right, due to maybe a job situation, a health matter, a family situation, a divorce, a loss of a loved one, or countless other reasons. But here's the thing, that despite life throwing curveballs at you, at all of us, your outlook on situations, how you choose to handle those situations, is in your hands. You can choose to blame the world, to blame the state, the government, your boss, your friends, your siblings, your parents. You can complain. You can sulk. You can spend countless hours on social media pointing out every little thing that someone or some group has done wrong by you or by us. Or you could not. You could reflect, and you could focus on yourself and what is within your control, and what you can do to better yourself, your circumstances, and your situation. As Dr. Vasallo, in a little while, she will confer and certify that you are all officially senior high school graduates. At that point, your next chapter formally begins. Whatever path you choose to take, I beg of you to own your life, to be reflective, to ask yourself every morning, how can I be better than myself than I was yesterday? What do I believe in? What do I want for myself? And what do I need to do for myself to achieve that? So much is within your control. In the face of any challenge, don't give up. Stay positive. Maintain that hope. Stay true to your character and to your beliefs. Stand up for what is right. Stand up for those who have not found their voice, and help them find their voice. Break through barriers. Stand up for what's right and be positive. Be proactive. Be resilient. Reflect and learn from your mistakes. Be kind to others, as you may never know what life curveballs the next person right by you may be facing. Take care of yourself. And by that, I don't just mean have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean your whole self. Find a way to center yourself and recenter yourself when those curveballs come your way. Every year, I encourage every graduating class to make sure they seek help and support when needed, because there's no shame in that. We all need it from time to time. Be grateful for each breath, for each breath. Look behind you, to your left and to your right. Be thankful for your loved ones and all the moments that you have with them, the good, the bad, and the ugly moments. Be true to yourself while you work hard every day for the life that you want for yourself. Graduates, I wish you much health, much happiness, much success, and all your heart desires. As your superintendent of schools, I am so proud of you, and I congratulate each and every one of you.
Thank you, Dr. Farrelly. It's now my honor to introduce Erin Thompson, the class valedictorian. I'd like to congratulate Erin and her family for this great honor.
Good morning. I'm honored to be here speaking today as your class valedictorian. I would like to start today, like every graduation speech before me, by thanking the parents and family, both here and watching at home. While in a perfect world we would all be together, we understand that these are unprecedented times. The fact that we are still able to celebrate our achievements in this current manner makes us unique, which is a perfect way to describe the class of 2020. I would also like to thank our teachers and staff, especially those who stayed after school to help us understand our classwork, who opened their rooms as a lunchtime haven, who have coached us through sports, competitions, and most importantly, our lives. Thank you to those individuals who have supported us through every struggle and celebrated our every victory. The constant support from each and every one of you has helped my classmates and me in every way imaginable, and for that, I thank you. I would also like to again welcome and thank Dr. Vasallo, Mr. O'Leary, Mr. Devane, Dr. Farrelly, Central Administration, our district administrators, as well as the members of our Board of Education. Unlike speeches in the past, I would also like to thank the frontline healthcare workers, as well as the essential workers, especially my classmates who have worked through this pandemic. We are here today to celebrate and reflect on the past 4 years as we begin to look towards the future. A few months ago, I was on a Zoom call with our administrators and some of my classmates. We were asked questions about our high school experiences and what we would change about them if we could. Some of my classmates spoke about personal regrets, such as not taking certain classes or seizing certain opportunities when they were presented. Some spoke about not getting involved in their favorite club or sport sooner. There were even a few mentions about the high school's occasional rain in the bowling alley. However, there was unanimous consent that the biggest regret was taking the small moments we had together for granted. Too often we focus on bigger things that are coming. We put off enjoying ourselves, spending time with our friends and family, to spend too much time focusing on less important things that, at that moment, seem like the world. Whether it's working, studying, or practicing, we sacrifice our time to enjoy ourselves and be kids. We instead wait for that end-of-the-year feeling to relax and be together and enjoy our senior year. Now, it is important to make those sacrifices, as they are what has gotten us to where we are today. However, as we have learned more than any class before us, we cannot spend our time delaying our happiness for subjective achievement. Life is about finding balance, remaining driven while still cherishing the people around you and the moments you have. The importance of appreciating the small things is not only lost through our experiences, but often when looking at ourselves as well. In my 10th grade English class, I was assigned a project that would change the perspectives of my classmates and me, as well as the students before and after us. This project was called All the Good Things, and encouraged students to write an anonymous compliment to each student in their class. Afterwards, our teacher collected the compliments and distributed them. We then each made a board with our compliments to see all the good things that our classmates had said about us. We were forced to stop and appreciate ourselves, our peers, and the community around us. While the project only lasted a week, its impact is felt for a lifetime. We appreciate life and each other for everything we have to offer, no matter how small or fleeting the moments seem. In junior high, I read a book called The Perks of Being a Wallflower. In this book, one scene in particular sticks out to me as I look back at our senior year. Charlie and his friends are high schoolers, and one night as they are driving through a tunnel, Charlie's friend Sam rises from the sunroof, spreads her arm into the wind as David Bowie's Heroes plays into the background. Charlie looks around at his friends, saying, "And in that moment, I swear, we were infinite." It is these times of peace and oneness with ourselves and those around us when we are truly experiencing our lives. It is these moments, no matter how quickly they pass, that define us. It could be that bus ride home with your team after winning a game or qualifying for that next competition, or that final rehearsal before your show. It could be smiling after a long practice, getting food after school, or rushing to that class you're always late to. It could be the drive to school with your friends every morning, or looking forward to lunch after a long day. It could be sharing some secret joke as you pass your best friend in the hallway. It could be any moment unique to you, when you feel happy and free. No matter what may come before or after, in that moment you are untouchable. Our senior year will not be defined by what we have missed, but instead on these small moments when we feel infinite. As our journey here ends, we now move forward on our own individual paths. To quote Abigail Adams, "These are times in which a genius would wish to live. It is not in the still calm of life that great characters are formed. Great necessities call out great virtues." Just as she encouraged her son to explore their rapidly changing world, we too begin this new part of our lives in uncertainty. However, we have a unique opportunity as a class and generation to make great change in the world around us. Whether our impact is felt in a whole community or just one individual, we can use our skills, talents, and resilience learned here at West Babylon, and especially these past few months, to make an impact in our communities. Let us remember the following as we make our agendas and set our goals. Stop to cherish your moments of infiniteness. Seize your opportunities, live your life to the fullest, but do not take for granted the little things we experience throughout our respective journeys. So as you drive through that tunnel, looking forward to the brightness and whatever may be waiting on the other side, remember to take a look around. Because if we spend our whole lives looking ahead, we will miss what is right in front of us. Right now, we are going through a time of uncertainty. This tunnel may seem darker for some than others. However, we do not go through it alone. We support each other, we care for each other, we fight for each other. In the end, we will emerge stronger as individuals, as a community, as humanity. Life will be brighter, and we will again, together, feel infinite. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
I would like to thank those who helped in the planning and organization of today's ceremony. The custodial crews of the high school and junior high school, the talented staff of our music department, Mark Parmentari, our technical coordinator, Marian Caffiero for her work with the musicians and for the program, class advisor Jean Rogovitz and Heather Cattell, as well as our clerical staff. To the class of 2020, we have been together these last 4 years. It has been a time when we have laughed, cried, hugged, sang, and danced. I have been able to cheer for you, applaud you, and encourage you to be your best selves. This year, we had a fabulous homecoming, an amazing musical, and many athletic accomplishments. The final chapter of your senior year has been like none before you. There have been many challenges to face during the pandemic, but with the help of your parents, teachers, administrators, and Board of Education, they became opportunities. A senior parade, graduation signs and video, virtual yearbook signing, and then the real yearbook. You will be remembered for your perseverance through this time, and very likely the new traditions you have helped to create. Embrace all this because it has made you stronger and more compassionate. But also remember that you as a class are the Roaring Twenties. Now, it is my distinct honor to certify to the Superintendent and Board of Education that the students about to receive their diplomas have met all the local and state requirements. I therefore present the class of 2020 for their diplomas.
It is my honor to present this amazing class with their diplomas. Will the first row please stand and come forward? Kevin Calderon. Juan Calderon Moreo. Allison Caldwell, with Advanced Regents with Honors, Mastery in Math and Science. Jose Canales Guzman. Jomar Candidato. Kate Cantwell. Jackson Capellan. Aiden Robert Carberry. Angelina Castillo. Charlize Athena Cheeseborough, with Advanced Regents. Kyle Chug, with Advanced Regents with Honors, Mastery in Math and Science. Christian Cicchetti, with Advanced Regents. Graciela Cuero. Giovanna Colacione. Juan Collado. Bailey Collins. Brianna Calora with Advanced Regents with honors. Harley Condrill. Mary Jose Contreras. Daniela Copeland with Advanced Regents. Matthew Ryan Coppola with Advanced Regents, Mastery in Science. Liliana Cordero with Advanced Regents. Joe DiGregorio. With Advanced Regents. Laura Patricia Cortez Acevedo. Samantha Cortez. Gianna Marie Costanza with Advanced Regents. Jamie Cozy with Advanced Regents. Ariana Alice Cruz with Advanced Regents. Marvin Cruz. Erin Page Cullum. Gabrielle Cunningham. Isabella Cuomo. Everin Dadal with Advanced Regents. Joseph Davidowich. Paige Debick. Jalen Rose D. Philippus with Advanced Regents. Brooke Victoria DeFonte with Advanced Regents. Darren Delorfano with Advanced Regents. Angelina DeTilio Selly. Olivia Noel DeSalvo. Jocelyn Deanna Dixon with Advanced Regents. Nicole Duginski. Andrew S. Donnelly. Jenna D'Onofrio with Advanced Regents, Mastery in Science. Please give all of our graduates a round of applause. Congratulations, class of 2020. It is my pleasure to officially welcome you to the West Babylon alumni. Today we will be dismissing by row. On both sides, we'll start with row A. Please maintain proper social distancing when leaving the field, and please get home safely. And we're starting with row A. Thank you all for coming.
Now is the time to follow the wind, to walk alone.
And the star will show the way above the clouds, beyond the sea.
And now is the time.
And now and farewell. And as we part, you taught me well, you gave me strength, you showed the way. I'll not forget you.
Row C.
Like an eagle, I will soar above the clouds. I will spread my wings and fly into the sun. Like an eagle, I will race above the stars. I will fly to places yet unseen, go beyond my wildest
And row D,
dreams.
thank you so much for coming,